It's a mixture of feelings for Manchester United. Andre Onana has been nominated for a major award, while his colleague Antony dos Santos is still under pressure because an investigation is being conducted against him following allegations from his ex-girlfriend that he tried to beat her up, tried to torture her, and do all forms of wrong things to her in this day and age when women are emancipated and their rights are protected. Welcome to the hotspot. My name is Webb. It's another day of mixed feelings, guys. The takeover as well started on a high note this morning because of the all-time low that the Manchester United stock price went down. And what does that mean? The club is losing value. Does it mean it is losing the allure to the Glazers? Does it mean it could be a blessing in disguise? Because the Glazers are all about money. So if Manchester United's value is too low, they just might want to just sell it and leave. Isn't that what we are praying for? I think so. Welcome again, guys. Let's talk about it. Well, Manchester United has released this statement concerning their player Antony dos Santos and his situation, and here is the statement that I want to read for you. It's a short, brief statement, but there it is. Manchester United acknowledges the allegations made against Antony and notes that the police are conducting inquiries. Pending further information, the club will be making no further comments. As a club, we are taking this matter seriously with considerations of the impact of these allegations and subsequent reporting will have on survivors of the abuse. Now, for me, that final line, it started so well, like Manchester United were giving Antony a benefit of doubt, but from the tone in the closing paragraph of that statement, it shows you that perhaps they have already picked a side, because if they are saying as a club we are taking this matter seriously with considerations of the impact of these allegations and subsequent reporting will have on survivors of the abuse. Who says there are any people abused? Because these are allegations that might be true or not. So meaning if there is a chance that they are not true, there is no one abused. So that statement for me made me feel like we might be seeing the same situation that took Mason Greenwood out of Manchester United happening to Antony dos Santos. Now, it would be sad because I don't think as Manchester United is good for our image to be losing players like this. Whereas many of you, and I've seen people who are insensitive going on to attack Antony dos Santos for his lack of results in terms of football on the pitch, in terms of his performances. People have been castigating him, saying, well, perhaps a blessing in disguise, and it is time for Eric Ten Hag finally to give Jadon Sancho an opportunity. Many feel he hasn't given him enough in favor of Antony because it's his signing, yet he's not delivering. Now, whereas there could be a point in that, I don't think this is the right time for us to go and start being excited that Antony is out for a wrong reason. He has been dropped from the Brazilian squad. That shows you that maybe there is a certain level of truth to these allegations. He came out to categorically deny them, saying he did not do any of the things he's being accused of doing. But guys, like I've been saying, many of the players who have been accused of such have turned out later to be innocent. But already the damage is caused. You see with Mason Greenwood, he's out of Manchester United already. Certain sections of supporters believe from what they saw, whereas the law and everyone else and the girlfriend say it's okay, the world will not forgive. So already the career is affected. Mason Greenwood didn't think he would be playing for Getafe right now. So the same thing with Antony. You don't think you'll be so happy if Antony followed Greenwood in the same manner that Greenwood left. Whereas if a player is not performing, let them go in peace, not because of some allegations that eventually could turn out not to be true. So I think it's a bad situation, but of course Jadon Sancho must be the most excited now because perhaps this gives him a chance to come through, because you don't think Antony, even mentally in terms of his mental health, he will have the confidence to go out there on the pitch and apply himself. I think he will need a break. Whereas United have not directly come out to give us a statement. I'm sure they are in touch with Brazil right now to try and understand the magnitude of these investigations and what exactly is known, so that they make a judgment on whether they should proceed and also give the player punishment or not. So yeah, it's a tricky situation. It's a quite tricky situation. that Manchester United, is in. It's bad for the image of the club, but I mean, it is what it is. If you commit a crime, you've got to serve your time. If he did, well, let's wait for the investigations. And I'm not judging. We shouldn't judge. We don't know what the truth is, but that's where we are. But you can read between the lines and see. So Jadon Sancho and Antony dos Santos. Now Sancho, perhaps this should be the opportunity. He's part of the UEFA, the Champions League squad that we submitted. So we obviously hope that if he gets the chance, he will apply himself and deliver results, so that we put a halt to this whole back and forth between him and the manager Erik ten Hag. Now, away from that, still Manchester United obviously has been in the news all day. We've been in the papers because of the fall in our stock price, and of course, this means the club's valuation has gone down by almost £500 million, which is a bit, worrying for the Glazers, because I mean, at a time like this, when you're selling, you don't want to hear that your price, is lower. So the shareholders in Manchester United must be under pressure, because it went down to an all-time low. But I won't go into the details of that, stock exchange talk and what. It's not for us. But what that perhaps could point to is the fact that the Glazers might have no option but to sell sooner rather than later, and that's what we are hoping does happen. That's what we are hoping goes on to happen. Now, good news for you guys. Our own Andre Onana has been, and it was a intention to save the best for last. Our own Andre Onana has been nominated among the nominees for the award for the best goalkeepers in the world, in the Ballon d'Or award, and it's very interesting. The Yashin Trophy, the nominees are quite interesting, and I'm going to show them to you. But Andre Onana is among them. I do hope he wins this one. Quite frankly, I do hope he does. So these are the people he's nominated with for this award, the Yashin Award. Yashin Bono, that's the from Al Hilal, and Thibaut Courtois from Real Madrid, Mike Maignan of AC Milan, Marc-Andre ter Stegen of FC Barcelona, Ederson of Manchester City, Emiliano Martinez of Aston Villa, that's the World Cup winner there, him, of course, Andre Onana, and Aaron Ramsdale of Arsenal, among others. I won't even go into most of the rest, but yeah, those are some of the goalkeepers that Andre Onana will be competing with for that Yashin Award. It's a bit tight. I don't feel that, like, there is an obvious top contender for that award, honestly. If I look around in terms of how most goalkeepers performed this year, I don't feel like the winner is obvious. I feel like it's a tight call, and that's and whereas Emiliano Martinez won the World Cup, I don't think there is more to his story than that. There is Dominik Livakovic of Fenerbahce and Bryce Samba of Lyon. So those are the goalkeepers. So I feel it's tight, and well, they might give it to Martinez because of the World Cup, but maybe Ederson with Man City and their treble. Maybe Ederson could make sense, but it's a bit it's a close call. Well, Onana reached the Champions League final, but he didn't win it. That's all. Maybe most likely Ederson could take it, and Ramsdale is there to fill numbers. To be honest, to fill positions. But yeah, that's the Yashin Award, and our own Andre Onana has been nominated. Big stuff there for Manchester United. What a good time to be a Manchester United supporter. It's good to see our boys competing for the big award. This is where Manchester United belongs. That's where we belong, in the league of the big guys who should be competing for the biggest awards and the biggest players in world football. So yeah, that's where we are as Manchester United. Of course, David De Gea is trending on Twitter and other social media platforms. Of course, there is a graphic here from Sky Sports trying to compare the two, Andre Onana and David De Gea. De Gea's last 4 games for Manchester United and Onana's first 4 games for Manchester United. So apparently, here it is. David De Gea conceded 2 goals in his last 4 games for Manchester United. Onana in his first 4 games has conceded 7 goals. De Gea kept 2 clean sheets. Andre Onana has kept 1 clean sheet. Saves, De Gea made 83% saves. Onana has made 68% saves. Passes, De Gea made 66. Onana made 104. Now, of course, obviously, there will beat him hands down. Passing accuracy, De Gea had 67%. Andre Onana had 75%. Now, these are comparisons between De Gea and Andre Onana in terms of the last 4 games for Manchester United for De Gea and Onana's first 4 games at Manchester United. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? People are beginning to say that United should have kept David De Gea because perhaps Onana has not made any significant change on Manchester United and how we play and everything. So, very interesting. You can give me your opinion about that, whether you think Andre Onana was a hit or a miss. Was Onana a hit or a miss? Give me your opinion on that as we do continue, of course, banding you with Manchester United. So just wrapping up, and you can give me your opinion on all these updates. Well, Manchester United's indecision on that man, Antony Dos Santos. As it is now, he's out of the squad, but United's statement, for me, reading between the lines, reading the last paragraph in that statement, showed me that perhaps they are tired and frustrated, and they do know that it could be true. Perhaps why are they talking of survivors when the player has denied and he has not been found guilty? Who are the survivors then? But also, the other story was about Andre Onana, our goalkeeper, being nominated among those goalkeepers, the best in the world, for the Yashin award, the Yashin trophy at the Ballon d'Or awards. So he's nominated there with the likes of Ederson on Man City, Emiliano Martinez of Aston Villa and Argentina, Aaron Ramsdale of Arsenal, among others. I wonder how Ramsdale sneaked in there, but he's there. But Andre Onana, our guy, is among the front runners, the Champions League finalist and the hottest goalkeeper in the transfers in terms of talk and being top of mind and conversation. So obviously he is a top shot stopper. Hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. I will be back later.